This movie is proof, proof positive that it's not just money that makes a movie good. As a matter of fact, I would go out on a limb and say money is a big factor when it comes to production, what scenes you can put in a movie, the actors that you can get, what kind of special effects you can have. But that's not the determining factor of whether a movie will be good. And of course, I'm talking about Godzilla Minus One. I've talked about this movie several times on my channel. You know how much I loved it. And there's an article on cosmicbook.news about Godzilla Minus Zero, which is the sequel to Godzilla Minus One. And this definitely has me excited. And a lot of the things covered in this article is exactly what I just brought up. A lot of the money that went into making this movie, or let's say the lack thereof, because there wasn't a bunch of money in it, but the movie did really well. Toho reveals Godzilla Minus Zero follow-up to Godzilla Minus One. And I don't know about you, but that got me excited because you're getting more and more news about this. And this is exactly what I want to see from something that was so enjoyable. The next chapter of Godzilla is here, excuse me. Godzilla announced its follow-up to Godzilla Minus One, revealing the new movie is titled Godzilla Minus Zero, stylized as Godzilla-0.0, during Godzilla Day 2025 in Tokyo. It should not have surprised me that there is a Godzilla Day in Tokyo. I believe Godzilla is a cultural icon for Japan, much like Batman is a cultural icon for the United States. I'm not saying that they're exactly the same. That's not the point. And I know that Godzilla isn't the only cultural icon coming out of Japan, obviously, but it's one of the big ones. Godzilla has been going on for, I believe the article said 70 years. That is a long time. I think at this point, it's safe to say this is a cultural icon. Director and VFX creator Takashi Yamazaki returns after delivering the first Oscar-winning film in the franchise's 70-year history. I am not, so let me pull that statement back. I'm surprised that no Godzilla movie in the franchise has won an Oscar, but I am not surprised that this is the first one to do it. This movie killed it in so many different categories, and I've gone over all of that before already, so I won't rehash my thoughts on that. But I'm like 70 years, and this is the movie to do it. If you have not seen this movie, this should be indicative of why you should. There is a reason this got an Oscar, and it deserved it. Toho made the announcement during its annual celebration event, dropping a teaser logo and artwork featuring stark black and white brushstrokes similar to Minus One. Yamazaki even co-designed the emblem, signaling creative continuity and similar grounded aesthetic. This movie felt big, bigger than its budget. But even though it felt so much bigger than the budget, it still felt like a tangible movie. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but it wasn't like so far removed. I was like completely captured by the interpersonal drama with some of the main characters. That's really what probably, that and the special effects and how they did the special effects grabbed me probably more than just about anything in this entire movie. It was just really done that well. Let's see. While plot details are secret, it's reported that the film is planned for late 2026 global release, Production is expected to begin later this year, including shots in New Zealand and Norway. And they show the Godzilla sign right there for Minus Zero. I like it. Yamazaki again writes, directs, and oversees visual effects, teamed with Shirogumi and Robot, the same crew behind Minus One. Why? I don't understand this. Movies will come out, and maybe there's things going on behind the scenes that I don't know. Obviously, I'm not privy to this stuff. Movies will come out, and the movie will be absolutely fire from everything: special effects, direction, cinematography. Then another movie will come out in the same franchise and they change the whole team. Like if I make a movie that's a smash hit and I have a team that just worked and did their thing, if I can't bring that same team back, I'm not doing a movie. That's just me personally. Godzilla Minus One was a phenomenon, and yes, it was. Now, and this, even though I already know this, just seeing these numbers, it still blows my mind. So I like Godzilla Minus One way better than Godzilla X Kong. And Godzilla X Kong wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't that, it's not that I'm saying, oh, that movie, wasn't good. It's just that this movie was way better. This movie is in another class. You have great plot, great acting, the cinematography when they're in World War II Japan, the way they did the cinematography, man, it was magnificent. The lighting, like I said, the practical effects, the menacing feel of Godzilla, all for $15 million. That's what it cost them to make this. That's enough to make you think, looking at it. If you go see the movie, if you have not seen it, I'm telling you, if you go see it, you're going to walk away and you're going to say, there is no earthly way that they made Godzilla Minus One for $15 million. Yet they did. It might have been slightly more. It says around 15 million. So it might have been slightly more. Even if it was 20 million still. And it grossed 113 plus million worldwide. I should have checked the numbers on Box Office Mojo. Became the highest grossing Japanese live action film in U.S. history. When movies do things like that, it's for a reason. Like, it's not an accident that this happened this way. It's because it's that good. Won the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects, beating Hollywood blockbusters with budgets 10 times higher. Let me see. What was the budget for Godzilla X Kong? Let's see. Let's see if I can pull those numbers up. What was the budget for Godzilla X Kong? Because it's crazy that this movie could even be mentioned, in the same. Yeah, so it cost, they're saying, around 135 million. Some sources note a possible range of 150 million, which by today's standards, that's actually not bad, especially for everything that you got in Godzilla X Kong, which still great movie. But this movie was done at a fraction of the cost. And to me, in many ways, looked better. Of course, it didn't do some of the, crazy, insane things with visual effects that you saw in Godzilla X Kong, which did have some, pretty dope effects. But to me, this was just a better movie. It's just, for me, in every way, it's just a better movie. The movie also marked the first Oscar win in Godzilla history and cemented the franchise in prestige territory for a new generation of fans. And I'm sure that there are a new generation of people that did get into Godzilla, especially on the heels of this movie right here, which deserves all the accolades that it gets. Toho calls this the next entry in the Minus saga. The title suggests it works more like a countdown, a thematic march towards zero, a ground zero scale destruction, -3, -2, -1, boom, rather than a numerical sequel label. No cast has been confirmed, and the story remains under wraps. However, following the World War II era drama driven narrative of -1, fans should expect strong character drama paired with terrifying kaiju scale. What could you ask for more out of a Godzilla movie? That yeah, and I think this movie is probably going to knock it out the park just like the first one. If I had to guess, I would not be surprised if the next movie costs more. I also wouldn't be surprised if they figure out a way to do this movie for even less money, which would be even crazier. So this definitely got me hype.